Hello boys and girls, my name is Beth and sometimes I'm called Berserk. That's B for Beth and Zerk for Zerkowski. And I do some artwork for my website and for a trailer I'm working on, and for Facebook and Twitter. And to do my artwork, I go to the library and I can get books like this and like this. And when I first started out doing artwork, I did a lot of magazines and I traced a lot of pictures, and I avoided people because I thought people were really hard to do. I stuck with horses and dogs mostly. So anyway, what I do now is I do a lot of people. And so what I do is I grab a piece of paper out of the printer, like so. It's just a regular piece of bond paper, and I get my pencil. It's a number 2 pencil, and I don't use the eraser on the pencil. As a matter of fact, I remove the eraser so that I don't use it. These erasers get really hard and they can rip into your bond paper very easily. So I use this pencil, and I also use a white latex eraser, which is really good with bond paper. It's much better than the pink erasers that have latex in them, because the latex tends to dry up, and this is better because I haven't found one that dried up, and I've used these for years. So anyway, when you do some artwork, what you do is you draw your etching, or you sketch it, and you put your eyes. So what you do is you have your head there, and you just sketch it, and you just do the way they show you in these art books. You just do it the way they show you, and you just do a lot of circles, and you for the arms and for the legs, and you do like a stick man first off, and you do it such like that. And then you, for the head, you put lines on the head, and you put the eyes up here. You put the nose right about here, and this is the end of the nose right here. And then for the mouth, so you have it, actually, it's down too far. We'll put it up a little bit. So it's more like that. So you have your eyes, you have the end of your nose here, and you have your mouth, and you have your chin down here, and you put your ears, and they go in between these 2 lines here and right here. And anyway, when you draw your face like that, once you get your artwork done, then you add the ink. And it's really nice to use these micron ink pens that you can get at Michael's, and they're used for scrapbooking. And I got the graphic 1, the micron 05, and the micron 08, and I use those. Of course, the micron 5 is used for the detail. Micron 8 is for not so much detail, and then the 1 is used for larger areas of the artwork. So once you go over that with your ink, then you can go ahead and you can erase the pencil right around there. And I found the white eraser is the best that you can use. It gets the pencil really well. It just erases the whole thing really well, and all you see is ink there. If you ever make a mistake with the ink, and let's say I make a mistake here, and it's a little mistake, and you've done the whole paper with ink, and you've erased everything, but you notice that you wanted to change something with the ink, then use some zinc white. This is Winsor Newton, and it's really good stuff. You just apply this with water and a brush, and you put it on there and you let it dry, and it will cover up. It's like an opaque, and it will cover up the ink. For other colors I use regular watercolors, and these are also Winsor Newton. I really enjoy Winsor Newton paints. And I use brushes. I use camel hair brushes, and I use a variety of different brushes. So far I haven't really used this big one, no. Anyway, the colored pencils I use are Kimberly General's S. Kimberly's watercolor. These are watercolor pencils, and I would say that these, however you layer the color on, is how dark you're going to get it. Also, I use a light table, and it's a very poor man's light table, and it consists of a box with a fluorescent light in it, and then a layer of plexiglass on top. And I end up using that a lot for my for manipulating the art on the page. For example, if I don't want this art here and I want it moved over here, I'll get another piece of paper from the printer and I'll line it up so that I get the artwork on there. Yeah, I know that's a lot of work, but you know, you got to do a lot of work to become an artist. And I would say on the little corners there, use some masking tape. Don't use Scotch tape at all, because masking tape is a whole lot better. It comes right off, but Scotch tape will stick and you'll tear your paper. And that's another reason why you don't want to use those plastic erasers, or those pink erasers I should say, because they have a tendency to rip your paper. Another thing you need to watch out for with this paper, because it's so thin, and you're using watercolor on it, the paper will curl, but that's okay. I use a scanner and it straightens out the paper, so it's okay. But it wouldn't be something you want to showcase or anything. But anyway, it's okay. It's fine the way it is. But I find that if I use too much water on my paper with the watercolor pencils, sometimes I'll get a hole in the paper. And you can sometimes take a piece of paper and stick it to the back, and on that piece of paper it would have to have some color on it, and you just tape it to the back to cover up the hole, and when you scan it you don't even see it, so it works really well. But that's basically it for my tutorial. Have a nice day.